This picture is me exploring my family name on my maternal side. I've talked before about researching my family history and I've kind of gone back to about the 1800s, but I thought it would be interesting to do a picture. The two names I wrote on the back were Pepper and Sloman, and the colours that I was drawn to choose were like purple, a light and dark blue, mixed with a bit of white. And then this bit at the bottom, I was drawn to use a bit of black, which helps to accentuate the colour and contrast. And I was essentially just drawn to paint what looks quite a lot like a star and to just keep putting extra strands in between all the other strands until I was finished, essentially. But there were a couple of shapes in the middle of that, which I kind of drew out with my pens, which end up looking a bit like a shield or an emblem. And then I kind of added upraised arms, so it ends up looking a bit like a ballerina. There's a figure off to the left and then something in the sky on the right. It's interesting that I chose to do that sort of star because it's very similar to the one that I did for Esther 8.5, except this one has a bit more purple. Well, that one didn't have any purple. So there's that central emblem. It looks to me like there's two female figures either side, both with blue hoods up. The one on the right looks younger, so this could be like a mother and child type symbol. So these figures at the bottom are all kind of looking up towards this star. I guess in a sense looking up out of the darkness. I also do get a sense of coal, like history of mining. I know my nan used to live near a coal yard. Used to send the kids along to try and get some coal when no one was looking because they couldn't afford to buy any. So I think there's a sense of these people suffering as well and needing the light that the star offers. There's just the left-hand side of the page. And there is a figure sort of stood up on the left there. And there is a figure here that's lighter lying down at the front. Perhaps the one that's been illuminated a bit by the star. And there's some blue there that looks a bit like water. There's this tall being off to the left-hand side with an upraised arm. In the text with Esther, that related to a blessing of the king. So I wonder if this represents the king in some sense. She has these upraised arms like a ballerina, and I sometimes dance like that. But there's also a sense that there are people in the arms as well. Spirits, I guess, of the ancestors. I'm not quite sure what this object in the sky is. I'm pretty sure it's a figure with a hood. It's kind of like all wrapped up somehow. I suppose I should look at to see whether there were actually any ballet dancers in my history. I haven't found any. I think they mostly were cleaners, worked in factories. The men were like carpenters or fishermen. But it's a nice image.